If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
Up
Yes, dear
next
listener.
on our DJ Nick stream is Lions at the Gate, Find My Way featuring Tatiana, Shymaluk
That's
of
the girl from
Jinjer.
Jinjer, right? This is a DJ stream. You get 4 songs or more. You are the DJ for the day, and that is DJ Nick, who has reserved a bunch of Fridays to bring to you beautiful people. This is Lines at the Gate. Let's do this shit.
Wow.
I want to record right fucking now, bro.
I was literally thinking, I bet you we could find a studio around.
Oh my
Why
gosh,
can't we find a
man.
studio? That's what I was thinking when we're...
Dude, telling you. I'm telling you. I cannot wait. Okay, that was Wolves. I was gonna say Wolves in the Throne Room. Lions at the Gate.
Find My Way.
Featuring Tatiana. Find My Way's the lyrics? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
It's like I'm watching a disaster on a TV screen. It's like I'm living a dream, a fracture, like it's 1,000 degrees. I'm a product of my suffering. I gotta say, I love the rain and the bluish hue in the music video. That was so good. That was really nice.
So good.
Will I ever find salvation, or did I break it all? My foundation, distraction, is all that I need from the fact that I'm a fucking disease. I'm dying just to feel anything at all. Will I ever heal or find my way home? Cover me in dirt. I want to be alone. I hope that in the end I find my way. Man, there's a theme of cover me in dirt.
Yeah,
when I go to the grave, and like, I think that's like when you really hit that, there's a certain point that you hit where you're like, you almost think that being covered in dirt would be like a sort of peaceful thing. Like, let it just be done. And now I'm going off the rails like a freight train. I'm on my way to my very own version of hell. Breaking out, nothing can save me. But I will climb my way out of this hell. Will I ever conquer my weakness? Can I ever find forgiveness? I am going under the surface, but never finding a purpose. I am dying just to feel anything at all. Will I ever heal or find my way? Just cover me in dirt. I want to be alone. I hope that in the end I find my way home. Wow.
It's a very fascinating thing being in this community because, again, the assumptions. We were talking about this yesterday with the door knocker song. So the door-to-door Christian guys knocking on the door, and apparently the guy was listening to some death metal or some shit, and the Christian just automatically thought, oh, that's devil music, blah blah blah, and it escalated to the point where the Christian threw a Bible at the guy. And it's like these assumptions that people have of the metal community.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating because the assumptions that the metal community has about religion or religious people, particularly Christianity, I think both of us are like talking past each other because, I mean, look at the themes in the song. Will I ever find salvation? Salvation from what? Where do you get the idea that you need salvation? On the way out of to my own version of hell. Nothing can save me. Climb my way out of this hell. Can I ever find forgiveness? Forgiveness for what? And who's gonna forgive you? You know, that's one of these like weird like. They generalize forgiveness here. They generalize salvation here. Like, it's not, I hurt your feelings, will you forgive me? It's this, it seems like people are asking for an overall forgiveness for all of their collective flaws. Who can give you that? You know, so some of this...
a lot of times people want to make it seem like that guilt comes from, like, societal pressures.
Right.
And
or religion, yeah.
Yeah, and if there was no societal pressures or religion, that people wouldn't feel guilt.
Yeah. And,
but I don't think that's true because there are people within lots of different types of systems that when they do something that would be morally wrong to the one true God, they'll have like this inside like, this is not, I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, people blame religion a lot for, using guilt or whatever. Not realizing that everybody deals with guilt, period. As a matter of fact, we have a name for people who have never dealt with guilt in their life.
That's true, yeah.
They're called sociopaths.
And they're not looked on with a lot. Yeah, that's so funny.
So it's like, what are you saying? What are you saying? You want us all to be sociopaths? Of course you deal with guilt. Why? Because we hurt people. Why? Something is wrong with us. You know, even in the Disturbed song, in the previous Disturbed song, he specifically said, like, you are the problem. The problem is inside of you.
Yeah.
So, like hold on, right there. It says in the previous song, he says, "You know you can't let go, so keep this thought in mind. Your greatest enemy is still alive and growing inside you."
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've learned is that a lot of my metalhead friends or people on the darker side of theology, whatever, if you repackage terms like original sin and say nobody's perfect, they'll go along with that. If you say you've hurt people instead of saying you're a sinner, they'll go along with that.
Yeah.
It's a semantic thing.
Yep.
And initially I was like, this is completely irrational. Like, of course you're talking about it. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But the term sin or whatever, it's got so much baggage
Jinx.
attached to it
Yeah.
that it just completely shuts off the mind. So if you just reorient the verbiage, then you start communicating with people and you find, the common ground. But there are a lot of themes here: salvation, forgiveness, hell, and then right here, never finding a purpose. I said this one time. If you are the product of random unguided processes, why the fuck do you care about having a purpose?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? If the ultimate principle in the universe is randomness and purposelessness, where is this insatiable desire for purpose coming from?
Right.
There's not even, you can't even begin to try to find a quote scientific explanation for that. But bless God, materialism is on its way out. But it's just very fascinating to me. Like, now, where we diverge as Christians is, I will climb my way out of this hell. But then the very next line is, will I ever conquer my weakness? So he's saying, I'm gonna pull myself up by my bootstraps. You know what's fascinating to me is that economically, a lot of my metalhead friends say that that's bullshit. You ain't gonna pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, a lot of folks are on the left, and I agree with them. Like, a lot of folks are on the left and saying, no, people need help. Medicare for all, blah, 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 student loan debt. Everybody understands we all need help. But when it comes to, like, spirituality, morality, your own sense of purposelessness, your own need for forgiveness, oh no, you can pull yourself. I could do it myself. Well, the next line is, will I ever conquer my weakness? No.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You cannot save yourself. I don't care what you say. I've spun around this little ball of wax for 30 odd years. You cannot save. And listen. I've been around, in my view, the top 1% of 1% of the most motivated individuals literally on the planet. I've been in the company of those men. Yeah. Okay. She thinks I'm an alpha male. I was a dime a dozen with those guys.
But you weren't no bitch.
I ain't no bitch, but I was a dime a dozen. You can't save yourself. You just can't. And so it's fascinating. And, I hope that in the end I find my way home. I'll find my way home. Find my way. I'm dying just to feel.
Where's your way and where is home?
Right. Where is your way? Where is home? All of these things. As a matter of fact, one of the earliest nicknames for Christianity that the early Christians used to use was the way. The Book of Acts.
Really?
Yeah. We taught them about the way.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so the way actually is an earlier term for Christianity than even the term Christian.
That's interesting.
So, like,
Jesus called himself the way.
A person could say, well, look, he came up in a Western Seats and Laban, so of course you cannot escape Christian framing. And I do think there's some validity to that. But that makes sense on the cognitive level, but it doesn't make sense on the emotional level, which is where metal finds itself. This thing is real to him. This is his experience. He needs salvation. He needs forgiveness for his sins. Yeah. He needs an escape from hell, and he needs to find. There is some place called home, and what is home but the place where your family is? Yep. And our God is using all familiar language. God the Father, God the Son, His Blessed Mother. Jerusalem above is free, and she's our mother. That's home. But I'm away from home. So even he says, I'll find my way. That means you're lost. So you're saying that you want to get to some place where you're embraced and you're loved unconditionally, that's home, but you're saying the very fact that you're saying you have to find your way means that you know you're lost. All of these are like this, all of this, you know, and lost is a big term in evangel. Oh, this guy's a lost person, this is a lost person. Of course you're lost, but we're so prideful and arrogant that we don't want to go back to the old ways. 2,000-year-old book. They didn't even have the internet when the Bible was written. Allahu Akbar. It's right there. I don't know what people want me to do about it. I mean, the themes are right there. I don't know. What can you say? What can you say?
You've left us no choice.
Here's Tasco. Stop with your Christian trickery.
I know.
But yeah, I think it's a very, very fascinating thing that you know, all these things to me count as prayers that God's going to answer.
Yeah.
Because
this part too.
You know, listen, when a kid is a newborn and he's crying, he does not know, Dad, I need milk. Mom, I need milk. All he's doing is, ah! And then we as the parents go to the kid and we look at him and say, oh, he needs milk. He needs to be changed, yada, 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 yada. Okay? So, like, you don't have to articulate specifically, God, I need Jesus Christ to come forgive me of my sins because, you know, I believe in the hypostatic union. He lived the perfect life. I believe in the active and passive obedience of Christ and the full material bodily resurrection of Christ, blah, 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 blah. No, like, it's just sometimes it's, that's, and God goes, oh, okay, he needs to be changed. Or, okay, he needs some purpose. Okay, he needs to be forgiven. He needs to know that he's loved unconditionally. This guy, he knows. And that's what I love about the Trinity. They know. So all this stuff counts as a prayer to me, and people could say I'm bringing my religion into it. I just react to the song, dear listener. I just react to the song.
I mean, what can we do?
What can be done? I like the song. It was really, really good. It was really, really honest. You know, he said I'm a disease. That was pretty tough. You know, like, when you're a parent, you know, things just hit you different. Like when I remember in the 11th grade, I had written out a line, and I was like, "Oh, that was so good." I said something like, "I don't really want to see, and when I grow up, I don't really want to be." So, you know, when I grow up, I want to be this, I want to be that, and I just put, when I grow up, I don't really want to be. And I was like, that is such a brilliant line. I was like, whoa, this is one of the best lines of all time. And I was celebrating how good of a line it was. And then my poor mother happened upon it, because my mother didn't believe in privacy, so she just go through all my shit. Oh, I want this shit right, this foolish fuckery. Like my mom, you know. And like, I'm like, what the fuck? For of course, me, I'm like, I'm 17 years old. How dare you go through my journal? Blah, 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 blah. But, you know, my mom is not going to tell me, like, you're terrifying me.
Yeah, you know,
she's.
Yeah.
But now, on the other side of it as a parent, it would kill me if my son wrote something like, I'm a disease. Like, that would kill me. But things change so much when you have kids. So hopefully, if any of you guys feel like that, you're not. And I'm glad you're around.
Yep.
And you should stay around. Okay, I like the song. What do you think?
The Bible says that you're made in the image and likeness of God. You're not a disease. Your sin is a disease, though.
Seduct.
You got to know the difference between yourself and that.
That's a very good point. You do have to make a distinction between the things you do, the things you've done, and the being that you are. But what you've done and what you've said are things, but you are a being, and that's not the same thing. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, I also think that is part of why people, like, when they said distraction is all I need from the fact that I'm a fucking disease, I'm dying just to feel anything at all. Well, obviously they are feeling something because they need the distraction from the fact that they're a disease. So I think that there's a lot of, like, overlap and stuff in the way that the person is feeling, and understanding that our sin is not ourselves, but it's what we do, like what you just said, I think is important. Okay, so I really like this one. It was very, very heavy. I liked the music video. I'm gonna give this one a 9.5. 9.6.
Sadie in the house. I'll give it a solid 9. Solid 9. Sadie in the house. We got, do we have any more music?
We do. We have one more song.
We have one more song. This is, Nick hasn't, this is probably one of the highest nights for Nick, man. He's on fire.
He's done so many great streams.
That's the thing. It's.
I just.
I probably say that every Friday, but I'm gonna look at the last Friday. I'm like, fucking Nick.
Look at him.
He always has these songs. Okay, Vin out.
Sorry out.
Go.